I'm Johnny Scoville, and this is Chase the Heat. Beautiful pod comparison today. Hope you guys are all doing great. I still can't shake that sleep thing that happened to me. If you missed the video this morning, I had this thing happen to me. I had heard about it a lot. Sounds terrifying, but it happened to me. It's this thing called sleep paralysis. I was sleeping and I thought I was awake and I was trying to move and I couldn't move. I mean, I could not move. I closed my eyes. It's just crazy, but it was really weird. It was for a second I thought I had a stroke and that's why I couldn't move, and then it never occurred to me that I was like dreaming or something. And then I turned my head to the side. The second I don't know, the whole thing is strange. It's sticking with me. Very strange experience. I hope it doesn't happen. I hope it doesn't happen again. I didn't like it. It wasn't a lot of fun. All right, Tom Broome, seriously hot peppers, great friend of mine. He sent me this on my birthday. This pod on my birthday was very dark, just like this little spot right there, okay? And I put it in the fridge, and being in the fridge until now, it's changed beautifully. It's really got a great mustard look to it. So I'm excited about eating this. Mustard pods, when you get them pick them right, they're really, really good. And then I have this monstrosity of a pod. Just a beast of a pepper. Look at this. And also a mustard, Primotalii. Now both of these peppers came from a plant, a yellow Primotalii plant that Tom was expecting to throw yellow pods. And lo and behold, it throws some mustards. So I'm super excited. I'm sure he is. Now the yellow Primatalis that he has, he calls them killer yellow. So he's calling these killer mustard, but they are mustard Primatalis. And I had a pepper yesterday. I ate the hottest pepper I've ever eaten. I mean, after I turned the video off, that stuck with me. It was just a really wicked hot pepper. I've had a bunch of people, friends of mine, reach out to me, and like Tad's one of them, was like, was it really the hottest? How was it really much hotter? I'm telling you, it was like all Primotalii, chocolate Primatalis are hot, but that one was like, it was hotter. It was just a wicked hot pepper. So, but there's a correlation there. Listen, the hottest chocolate pot I've ever had is a Primotalii. The hottest red pot, and Tad too, but the hottest red pot I've ever eaten, also a Primotalii. The hottest yellow pot I've ever eaten is a Primotalii. Now there's lots of different kinds of capsaicins that occur in peppers, and I think it's dihydrocapsaicin. I'm not quite sure, don't quote me, but there's one particular type that the yellow Fatali is very high in. And when you compare that with the 7-pot Primo, I think it's that type of capsaicin that's in the yellow 7-pot, or excuse me, the yellow Fatali, that just changes the burn. And it's just, it's sinister. So let's, without further ado, gotta eat this thing. The small one, I didn't weigh the smaller one, but the bigger one is 14 grams. You know what? May as well weigh the small one too. Let me zero that baby out. Zero. Okay. So the smaller of the two is only 6 grams, but the big one is 14. It's a beast of a pepper. I'm gonna take a picture of the insides for Instagram on the big one. Wow, it's crazy oily, almost wet. Look at how it's glistening on this side in particular. Very, very oily. It's crazy. It smells great. All right, so I'm gonna cut the large one open now. I'm gonna take a quick picture for Instagram for this one. I'm sorry. I appreciate your patience. Talk amongst yourselves. I'll be right back. Okay, now I'm gonna cut the thing open and take one more picture, and then I'll show you guys what it looks like. And we'll start the comparison video, or portion of the video. All right, so all right, here is this whole That's what we're working with. Beautiful color on the inside. Very oily wall. If you look at the right here in the wall lining, it is glistening wet with capsaicin oil. Boy, it smells identical to this one. This one's actually a little stronger in aroma, but the same aroma. All right, so let me eat the small one first. From Tom Broome, from Seriously Hot Peppers. Oh, you know what? Let me do this real quick. Otherwise, I'll be woefully disappointed if I forget. Wow, these look great. All right, small one first. Thank you, Tom Broome from Seriously Hot Peppers. I'm Johnny Scoville, and this is Chase the Heat. Really amazing flavor. I think there's something to leaving a mustard pod in your fridge for a week before you eat it. There was a sweetness to that. And I've said this before, but in the super hot realm, sweet and super hot don't really go together. They really don't. And this, it was sweet and it's very, very hot. The burn is isolated in my throat. It was a little bit more delayed in the building of the burn than like a chocolate or a red. That's just so instant. This took a second, so it almost has more of a ghost pepper type climb, but it's hot and it's building. What a wonderful flavor though, for real. I had some mustard ghost powder from Tom that was absolutely delicious, so it does make fantastic powder. All right. It might be climbing still. This would be like for a non-chili head, I promise you, a moment you would carry until the very end. You'd never forget it. It would just be ridiculous. If you're a chili head and you love hot stuff, this is going to be... I can see someone saying it's a 7. I can see someone that's a true chili head telling you it's their 10. So it's a strong pepper. I think it's kind of peaked out for the first one. Here's this monster 14-gram second one. There we go. Could that be a thumbnail? You think? Could be a thumbnail. I don't know really. All right. Mustard Primotalii. That was a huge pepper. The first one tasted better, all right? You can tell it's the same pepper, the same flavor. One was a little sweeter because it was more ripe, all right? So the second one, the bigger of the two, was a little bit more green. Ideally, if I kept it around for 5 days, 6, 7 days, it would have been more mustard-like, but I didn't have the time with the first pod. I didn't have that luxury. The pod that I got on my birthday needed to be eaten. But the first one was spectacular. The second one, the flavor was good, just a little more green. The heat's building for sure. I don't think it's the case of it necessarily being a hotter pepper than the first one. I think it's just the fact that it was more than twice the size of the first one. I think that's probably what's giving me the big increase in heat, but I am getting a big increase in heat. The burn is still isolated in my throat, none on my tongue or my cheeks, on the inside of my mouth or the roof of my mouth at all. My lips are fine. Two great peppers though, honestly. The mustard Primotalii, or the killer mustard. Again, I don't know when he's gonna be releasing these, but what a great pepper, just a monster pod. So that was my comparison between two mustard Primatalis. Again, sent to me from Tom Broome from Seriously Hot Peppers. Now, this morning I did one for Linda's Fire Treats. Today was for Tom. Now, the next one is going to be for Lone Star Master Farms. Now, here's the thing. I have a number of great looking pods that are in fantastic shape in this box. But the one that has my attention the most, maybe there's two. Nope, there's one that has my attention the most is this. And this is another chocolate Primotalii from the same grower. The one I ate yesterday that was the hottest Primotalii I've ever had. I kind of want to eat some of the other pods he's got, but this is the only one, so I'm really kind of, curious to see if this is going to be also as hot as the last one, because the one yesterday was stupid hot. So I made this one later just because I need to know, and I am that guy. Thank you, Tom Broome from Seriously Hot Peppers. You are ever the rock star, and I'm glad you're my friend. In the description box, you're going to see a link for Tom Broome from Seriously Hot Peppers. Check him out. He sells seeds and powders and tincture. I believe he's able to sell powders. I'm not 100% positive, but inquire with Tom. Tell him I sent you. Right there is the pepper. If you click that pepper, we're doing this all together. This is your bus. I'm merely your bus driver. I don't know all the stops yet. I usually only know the turns about that far before you know them, because when I find out, I tell you. So thank you for letting me drive your bus. If you don't want to miss any of these videos, click the bell for notification. When you see the drop box, select all, but ultimately just visit us a lot so you don't miss anything. If you would like content over and above the normal stuff, get your bus pass. Hit the tab that says join. It's $4.99 a month. There's almost 100 videos there. Challenges, aftermaths, preps, a lot of personal stuff, and a tremendous number of demonetized videos from YouTube. So it tells you that there's some interesting stuff in there. Right there is a lifeboat, my brother's channel, Tommy's channel, about victory over addiction. It's an amazing channel where amazing things are happening. If you or anybody you know has an addiction that you need to deal with, please check that channel out. It'll help a lot. Right here, more videos. I'm Johnny Scoville, and this was Chase the Heat.